Today is December 18th, 2022, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout. My co-host is Samson.
Good morning, New Eden. Been a little while since I've been here, but how's everybody doing?
Oh, the war is on, my friend. The war is on. We have much death and destruction to be had out there.
That's always a good thing.
Oh, absolutely. So today we're going to be reviewing both the Gallente and Caldari Warzone, as well as the Mimitar Amar Warzone. Going over how contested the frontline systems are, and digging into the kill stance for each of the frontline systems, as well as the different federation or the different militias themselves. First thing though that I want to talk about real quick is this really cool new site that makes it kind of all of the stats kind of accessible out of game for everybody, and I'm wondering if they're going to do more with this. If this is just going to be just this page here, or if they're going to expand out more. But there is a new evonline.com/frontlines. This will bring up basically a nice little breakdown of game, the faction warfare stuff that's going on out of game, so you can access it via the website. So Samson, you want to go ahead and pull that on up?
Yes, I will do this. Screen share. Nope. I have too many screens. Sorry. Screens. And all that set up, and then I pressed into the wrong button.
Alright, so this is the site here. So it's the New Eden War Report is kind of the first thing that they've got here. The universe is a war zone, and it's time to pick a side. Different factions are at war, and they need your firepower. Who will you side with as you fight for glorious victory? So this is a cool little site here. We have each one of the little war reports that you can kind of go into, and then they have like this little video. Let's just go show the little promo that they have for faction warfare. But I'm hoping that they put more like news stuff on here.
Yeah, at some point. Maybe this is just a filler.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much of like this is just going. Is this just a static page that'll never get touched again, or are they going to do some more?
Oh, yeah. It would be nice if they actually just got like some music going. So
yeah, basically, yeah, it would be nice if they had some voiceover. I think would have been really would have been an improvement here. It would be nice.
Well, if you need voiceover, CCP, just contact us.
It would have been interesting too if they would do more reports on like when a system falls and stuff like that. Kind of a little bit of like what we do. So I'm interested to see what kind of updates that they give on this Frontlines web page that they've built here. So let's go into one of the reports here. Let's pull up the Gallente. So it's got nice little picture here. Shows you how many people or how many systems on the right hand side is controlled. So 32 systems controlled by us, the Gallente Federation, 58 controlled by the Caldari at this point. So if you scroll down, they actually give
also 20% off flex packs.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to sell their stuff right there. I mean, obviously. So this is the Warzone map. Basically, very similar to what you have in game, right?
Yeah, you can scroll in as well. So if you you scroll in and out of this.
Yeah, it sort of works just like the one in game.
Yeah, basically, it's a really well done map. I think this is one of the best maps that they have given out. If you go up to the top, you can go into details, and then you can get a rundown of what each one of the systems are. You can sort by constellation, system name, status, contested level, advantage level. So it's really easy to kind of see what's going on. Um, I'm not sure if the map here will show if a battleground exists or not. They
Good
don't
point.
have
I don't
very.
think so. I don't think so.
Your in-game though will be able to display that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a really, at least gives you access to some stuff that is normally only accessible or easily accessible in game. So you can get up-to-date information as to what's happening in the Warzone by going to the eveonline.com/frontlines website. But we are going to switch gears on over to taking a look at each one of the Gallente, Caldari, each one of the militias. We're going to start with the Gallente here. So starting with the Gallente, we have 915 characters in the last 7 days. 138 different corporations that are participating, according to Zkill. 20 alliances, 248 ships, 391 systems that have been touched by the Federation in some way, shape, or form. In kills.
And kills well. I mean, it's always a good indicator.
64 regions for a total of 8,278 kills and deaths. That's
Yeah,
combination
kills
of
plus losses.
kills plus losses, absolutely.
Over the last 7 days.
So let's go ahead and take a look. What are the top corporations?
So, the top corporations we have the Federal Defense Using. Oh wow, I came back. It's been a while, and I'm supposed to be here to read things, and I can't even do that. Federal Defense Union 624 kills. Jerkosaurus Rex Inc. 619 kills. Sons of Luminaire 580 kills. Horngary 468. Last Rites 446. Fleet Pizza Delivery at 406. Did he say jump? Ah, damn it! I said the J word.
Oh
FC.
no! Oh no!
223. Noir 208. Percussus Resurgo 163, and Lone Wolf Society with 148.
Awesome. And so at the top of the kill board for the alliances, we have Sedition coming in at number 1 at 1,150 kills. Recursive Pizza Time Delivery at 447 kills. Dock Workers at 233 kills. The Network coming in at 221 kills. Aderon Robotics at 141 kills. We have the Lasagna Appreciation Society at 112
nice.
kills. We have Federation Frontline. Who are those guys?
I don't know.
At 91. Paper Numbers at 85. Godless Collective at 67. And Spaceship Bebop at 51. So there's some old names back in there. Spaceship Bebop. I haven't seen them guys around a lot lately, but they were huge back in the day. And then we have, of course, Aderon Robotics. So it looks like they made an alliance that's just Aderon Robotics Doc for their. Do they have any other corporations? Go into that real quick. I'm interested. Is that just Aderon? I'm guessing so. Aderon Alliance,
Yeah. Just Aderon. Robotics in there.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that they made an alliance.
It's a new thing apparently. A lot of us are making alliances.
So no surprise at all. The Federation Destroyer and Federation. So is that okay? So that's not the captain.
So this
Federation Destroyer.
This is an NPC.
So you can see that the small is being used a lot. So people that got shot by the Federation Destroyer, It got on 454 kills at the top of the ship types at the top.
Yeah, and only 2 higher than the Fed Navy Comet, which is apparently the most popular player-used ship.
Yeah, so and I believe that that's just for kills, if I'm not mistaken. It could be kills and losses though.
I think it's just kills.
Um, but then there's the Federation Cruiser, so that's the NPC as well at 412.
Mhm.
The Exeter Navy issue at 344. The Federation Frigate, so this is the Scout NPC at 333 kills. Catalyst Navy issue at 304 kills. Federation Battle Cruiser at 259 kills.
They really should take those out.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't think it's big. I mean, it's it participated in.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's a top ship, but it's
We
a
could just take it out, I
but
guess.
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Frozen. This to me, top ships is a statistic. And when you see an NPC kill mail, well, they're not NPC kill mails, I guess, because there were people on these kill mails. But or were they? No, I don't. Who knows? But I guess the point is that
Yeah,
when
if
an
it says
NPC is
lone
involved,
NPC, it is not recorded in the
yeah.
stats of stuff, from
But
my
these are kills with
understanding.
other
But
players. Yeah, these.
these are kills with other players. Yeah, so these these are the ones that It's an interesting stat to actually look at, because you can see that the small is probably one of the most used in Federation space
Yeah, and I would say that's
flexes.
probably because of the faction destroyers in this release.
Right,
I
and you
would
can
say.
kind of see, because like the Federation Navy Comet, and I guess the Catalyst Navy issue is on the list here, but it's not as high as I thought.
Yeah, I'm guessing that in the other we're gonna see a difference in the others
Oh
because
yeah,
I think I see a lot of Thrasher fleet issues out there. I think is one of the more common ones that I've seen. So I'm expecting to see that up there on one of the other kill boards.
oh yeah. And then so we've got the Tristan, then the Osprey Navy, or the Tristan at 249 kills, the Osprey Navy issue at 220, and the Imperial Navy Slicer at 210. Yeah, these are definitely um, what I would kind of, you'd expect the Gallente to be using. The Osprey Navy issue is just really awesome Navy cruiser, so I can see why that one would be used. But the Exeter Navy issue, I've been playing around with different fits and ideas for that. I think that's going to be another line ship that I'm going to try and make for the Alliance and start using a lot more, because I've been having a lot of fun with making like long range and short range version of that ship. You want to go through the top systems?
Yeah. So at the top here we have Aldranet, 944. Nagamanin, 446, Hajmajala, 321, Oix, 317, Sujarento at 212, Panacosto at 203, Onato, 173, Onasaikin, 171, Nenamalia, 115, and Tama. Oh, how the mighty have fallen at 93, the very bottom.
Yeah, it's not a frontline system, so that
It's not, yeah.
does help with
It's
the
a
concept of.
shadow of its former self too.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Gallente can't even dock there anymore.
Yeah, so and it we'll probably see more Tama action in the Caldari side, but still, it's not like in the past. Tama would always be much higher on every list.
Oh yeah, just Tama was a place to go get fights, but there has been events. They do have places that are now back up that are free ported and stuff. But all
Yeah.
my stuff is all locked away. We gotta
Yeah,
take.
thankfully I didn't have too much stuff there because anything I bring there, I get it blown up pretty quickly, so I didn't have too much stuff locked up.
So one of the things too that we want to dig into is each one of any in we kind of just went over a lot of what the frontline systems are, because they're almost all on the front of this, the top of this top systems, kills that are happening in these top systems. So let's go ahead and first take a look at Hazmajala. And I'm going to pull up this. Oh, real quick, before we jump over to that, you can do that Z-kill. But real quick here, I just want to go over the Gallente statistics in-game. So we are at 42,000 characters that are registered. Now these might not necessarily, a lot of these are alts and stuff like that. So you can see that according to Z-kill, we had, what was it? Just under 1,000? What did we have? 1,000?
Oh, on Z-kill, sorry.
Last 7 days.
915 characters.
915 characters. All right, so yeah, so you've got, that number being here at 42,000. You've got about 1,000 of those characters in the last 7 days that have participated in PvP type action. So these numbers are very deceiving, but it does give you still a general concept, and I believe that they kind of correspond. The more that you have in, you'll see here, like the Caldari will have more people than us that'll possibly. It's been interesting. The Gallente have gotten a pretty big boost. The Caldari did get Test Alliance that kind of joined them, but this statistic is a little bit more in line. So there was 444 kills yesterday that the Gallente were the one that got the actual kill mail. Kills in last week is 2,988, which is, if you could just on kills, what does it bring up for and the last active PvP in the last 7 days? So looks like they're saying 4,798, and we've got on here 2,980. So there might be multiple reasons why this is because one, the Gallente didn't get the final blow on it, and it was a pirate that got a final blow on it. So that would still be recorded by Z-kill as a kill for us. And then two is that Z-kill is counting all of the NPCs that are participating in the PvP of pirates versus the other anybody basically that gets shot by Gallente sentry towers and stuff like that. So that kind of makes up the difference of what we're seeing, the kills that we have there. But victory points is another really big one here. So victory points in the last 24 hours, so since yesterday, basically, is 0.11, or so basically 110,000 victory points for the Gallente. In contrast, the Caldari are getting 91,000 from yesterday. In the last week, we've got 0.78 million, and the Caldari got 0.68 million. So it feels like, and we have been taking back more territory. I feel like we're winning this war.
It's swinging. It's swinging. These
All right.
new mechanics might change, are changing or shaping the landscape now, I should say.
Yeah, I think that there's a really good shaping of the landscape, and that you've got systems that'll be moving around to a certain degree, but it's also not quick to conquer a system at all.
Yeah, stuff's not flipping back and forth constantly now. It's more of a battle to take something over.
Yep. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first system here, which is Hazmajala. That is on the front line for the Gallente and Caldari warzone. We're going to pull up this cool looking in-game map here. We're going to go over to Hazmajala. We're going to click on that. So Hazmajala, we'll start off with the in-game stats that are listed here. So the Gallente Federation currently controls that. It is 92.9% contested, The Gallente have a 30% advantage in the system right now, and that is in the war zone to the south. So there's like two different war zones. You've got your war zone up in the north up here, and then you have the war zone down in the south over by. So you have OICX and Alphanetti, Yeehaw. That's a big fighting zone up there, and then you have Onasuke, Megaman, Java, Anato area down in
And
the south.
Onasiken is has a battlefield going on right now.
Yep, and yeah, so you can see that right here by that there's a battlefield. So that is a Gallente defensive one. So if they run this, it's based on how contested it is. But let's dig into Negamenon. What does it look like over at Negamenon? What's the weather like over there?
Hasmajala or
Hasmajala.
The weather has 465 characters involved in kills and losses over the past 7 days, 173 corporations, 59 alliances, 115 ships, and a total of 624 kills.
Awesome. Let's take a look at the top corporations here. So we've got Hungary coming in at 100.
Hungary. Sorry.
At 114 kills. Fliet Pizza Delivery at 83 kills. The State Protectorate at 59 kills. Federation Defense Union at 51 kills. The Saitsuo Interstellar Security at 50. The Caldari Tactical Group at 27. Trinity Industry Tactical Service Unit at 26. Aderon Robotics at 25. Revenant Defense Corporation at 20. And United Caldari Navy at 90. So, yeah, and, that's definitely a bunch of, as you can tell, easily, to a certain degree, who is the Caldari Gallente over there. Let's take a look at the alliances.
So we have in the top alliances, Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy at 96, the Shukrata Enforcement Directive 57, United Caldari Space Command at 28, Aderon Robotics Period 25, Top Shelf 23, Templis Calcif 14, Losechanaya Sholupin at 14, Shadow Cartel at 12, Birdhouse 7, the Tuskers Co. at 7. So a little bit of pirates sprinkled in there towards the end of that.
Hey, how's it going, Synthlab? Yeah.
Yo, Synthlab.
Yeah, so a little bit of pirates, definitely a bunch of Gallente and Caldari that are slugging it out in this system. And the ship types look like they reflect that as well. We've got Caldari Navy Hookbill is one of the most popular ships in this system with 70 kills.
Inferior to the Fed Navy Comet, though.
Yes, the Fed Navy Comet at 66. Although I did run into a dual web Firetail recently, and I was like, ooh, that's really nasty. So I was really like, oh wow, there are some things that have humbled me a little
Well,
bit.
I guess I would say I would say it still stands in the Gallente Caldari war zone that the Fed Navy Comet is the better of the two Navy issue frigates. A Caldari Hookbill versus a Fed Navy Comet, you're going to have a much higher win, like if just a 1v1, a much higher win rate on the Fed Navy Comet side.
I feel that way too. There are some fits that I've seen that are really interesting for the Caldari Navy Hookbill, but there is definitely more of a win ratio that I've had against them, especially as it's got 5 mid slots, doesn't it?
I don't know. Let's see.
It's ridiculous the amount of mid slots.
There we go. One, two,
four,
three,
five.
four, five. Yeah,
Yeah.
five. So that's why. So like this one right here, this is becoming a common fit. Dual web with a tracking disruptor, and then they have an armor repper, so they're armor tank
Yep.
instead. But
Armor hull tank.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go through that list though. What was the over the? So we've got the, of course, Caldari Navy Hookbill at 80, Federation Navy Comet at 66, the Federation Destroyer seeing some activity, the NPC at 58, the Federation Cruiser at 56, Federation Frigate coming in at 47, so the Plex is definitely getting a lot of uses there. People getting blown up, but still getting onto Kildale with their capsule at 46. The Catalyst Navy issue, not a surprise, at 44. Federation Battle Cruiser at 41. So that's an NPC as well. The Imperial Navy Slicer at 41. And the Tristan at 37. So not a surprise as to what we're seeing out in the war zone. Frigates and destroyers are really hitting hard in the frontline systems because they can do so much. You can do a good amount with a good group of people. They're super cheap and they're easy to get around the faction or the war zone itself because it can be dangerous, definitely going through gates.
And
by
anything
yourself.
bigger,
Yeah.
yeah. Anything cruiser size is going to get you caught, if not by one of us, one of them.
Let's go ahead and switch it on over. We're going to go over to Hakukin here. So in Hakukin, that is over getting towards the middle of the war zone, the north half, or the most northern action. You're really going to get southern quadrant or whatever, southern half. So
Yes, Caviar Liberta solo for sure. If you're going through the war zone solo in a cruiser or larger, you're gonna get got.
Yeah, it's very, very likely because gate guns aren't going to save you if it's a war target, or if you're like us at below -5, you just get shot at all the time by everybody. So Hakukin we've got at 40.8% contested. This is owned by the Caldari at this point. This is also a Triglavian system. So be very careful going into the system unless you have positive Triglavian standings, even if that's just a little bit of Triglavian standings that you have.
Yeah.
The Gallente have a 51% advantage in this system, so it's really a lot easier to push this system. You get a 50% bonus to every victory point total that you bring into trying towards flipping the system or doing a Plex, so that's huge. And I'm glad that seeing that the Gallente are starting to push the advantage system more, because that is really important for trying to flip the system. LP wise doesn't really matter, but if you're actually trying to save or push a system advantage, you basically get to do 2 Plexes in one, or a Plex and a half, which is what we're at right now, in one if you're pushing for that stuff. Let's go over the Z kills here. So tell us, what's the weather like over in Hakukin?
Well, it's light showers, but we're looking for the clouds to open up today, and we're gonna see, as you can see there, the sun is shining. Characters 277, corporations 135, alliances 53, ships 109, total kills 167. The top corporations, we have the Fleet Pizza Delivery 37, Tribal Liberation Force 17. Oh, that's some Minotaur guys coming over. Federal Defense Union 16, Sons of Luminaire 12. Did he say? I won't say it. I'm not going to say it. 11. Biomass Transit 9, Sanctuary of Shadows 7, Wild Boars Grass Touching Co. 7. Ox Assault Force 7, Jerkosaurus Rex Inc. 7.
So that's some new names that I'm not familiar with, but some old names as well, of course.
You liked Wild Boars Grass Touching Co.
That was pretty good. We've got the. Go
At
ahead.
the very least, these guys, the Tribal Liberation Force, that's Mimnitar.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I think that that's is that the NPC group? I'm not sure actually.
yes, I believe so, but I'll confirm that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's the
yeah.
NPC group.
All right, so let's take a look at the top alliances here. So, of course, the Precocive Pizza Time Delivery, Precocive Pizza Time Diplomacy at
Good enough.
37 kills, Sedition at 12, Rogue Caldari Union at 11, Dock Workers at 11, 745 at 9, United Caldari Space Command at 8, Lasagna Appreciation Society at 7, Exodus at 6, Nissawa Cartel, ooh, our good buddies Nissawa Cartel, have been doing some here at 5, and Not Purple Shoot It at 4. Looking over the top ships here, of course, the Federation Navy Comet coming in at 31 kills, the Mullis Navy issue at 31, the Kitsune at 31, the Confessor at 31. So, wow, those three just solidly tied for second place there.
Yeah.
The Elgos at 25, a spaceship called the Tropic Disintegrator Warpost, which
So
is
that's an NPC Chiglavian
oh
structure.
yeah. So those fuckers hurt, man. They kill.
Yeah,
Be careful.
the guns will just destroy your face if you're not paying attention and you don't have positive standing. And like we said earlier, you only need positive. It doesn't have to be a specific number. 0.1 will do.
Yeah, and it's very important. I suggest go shoot a drone in
Go shot a drone or shoot a drone.
a drone. Yes. um, so then we've got the Osprey at 16, the Kestrel at 14, the Tristan at 13, the Vigil Fleet issue at 11. It is interesting to see that everything is back to being Navy and T1 frigate. There really isn't any succubuses out there. No more worms.
Yeah, there's no point in pirate frigates anymore, which is both good and kind of sad. Because like we can't do our little Astero trick anymore, really.
I mean, you can kind of do it. It's all about
not at the level.
You're much more unlikely to get targets if you're playing around inside of advanced.
And the advanced are small and up only. There's no scout advanced.
There is no scout advanced that I've seen.
Yeah, so if you're looking to do, say, that fun little bait and switch we did with our Tristan and Astero, it's not going to work as well in a small because something bigger can come in and just wreck your face.
Yep. But yeah, I think that it opens up risk to a certain degree where you know that you don't have the top ship in the game. And I know that a lot of people are like, well, I used to use that to fight 3 people at once. But the thing is that I still think when you're all drugged out with implants and all the crazy stuff that you can do to a worm, it's like even 3v1 with a bunch of T1 frigates, it's like you know that you're just gonna win that too. Why you went in? Like it's like you have the most, you're gonna set yourself up for winning in.
Yeah, I will say that the worm is no longer a player at all because it was the king of the novice because it was the most powerful, ridiculous frigate you could have in that in against only other frigates. But now if you wanted to even consider using a worm, it would have to be in a small advanced, so you're already inviting destroyers in, so a Kiki can take out a worm if it kites it, and you're also inviting all of the, at that point it's like more likely you're going to end up with a pirate fighting you, because with the worm back before this change it was about like I could sit in a plex and the Tristans and Kestrels and Condors are just going to get wrecked if they come in. They're just going to die, and that's not the case anymore. But the Fed Navy Combat, however, I think is shining now in our war zone at least.
Yeah,
Because
definitely. And you can see that displayed, by the how heavily used it is in the war zone. And it's a lot easier to get. It's cheaper. It's gone down in price.
it's super
Everything
cheap.
has pretty much gone down in price because
There's so many
the
comments.
LP, and we'll kind of get into this later, but how much LP is worth and what you can buy with it in order to get some ISK in your pocket. But that all of the blueprints have gotten a huge discount on them. So that's made all of the Navy ships a little bit cheaper because just LP to ISK ratio was better. It was okay for us to lower the price on the Navy Combat and still make pretty decent ISK per hour on it.
Hmm.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next one, Hiri. So let's see. Hiri on the map here is there it is. So right next door to Pinacasto. So in the southern region of the
You can
war
barely
zone.
hear who, Robo. Robo says he can barely hear him.
Oh no, is
Who's
that me?
him? Oh, I'm loud and clear, but we can't hear you, Frozen. Sorry, I can't tell because I have the stream muted. Turn yourself up,
Not a
Froyo.
problem. Yeah, that should be a little bit better here, hopefully. Uh, so let's take a
Sorry
look
about
here. We've got Hiri as controlled by the Caldari state and
Thank you, Mark.
25.9% contested by the Gallente right now. And the Gallente have a very minor advantage at 14%. And let's go ahead and take a look at Z-Kill here. What do we have for Z-Kill stats
A little bit
on this system? What's the
slower
weather like?
here. It's a little bit slower here. It's nice and calm. No chop. 5x5. Characters 48, corporations 35, alliances 15, ships 39, total kills 36. For the top corporations, we have Death Squad Sector B 5, the Privileged Unicorns 4. You're going to see a lot of single digits here because it's a much less popular system. Raiders of the Lost Isk 3, I like that name. Melphalan 3, C8N8016 2. Descendants at 2, Wing Rush at 2, Federal Defense Unit at 2, Kiwis in Space 2, Something Wicked This Way Comes 2.
Wow, so a lot of people at 2 there.
Yeah.
So we've got for top alliances is Paper Numbers at 6, the Amar Militia Dot at 3, Goonswarm Federation at 2, the Shadow Cartel at 2, Pandemic Horde at 2, the Nissawa Cartel at 2, Snuffed Out at 1, Exodus
Snuff.
at 1, and the Devil's Tattoo at 1.
Alrighty. RoboMerc says, so is this the way this new faction warfare system works, more dynamic? Are you nomadic and have to move around more, or are there more stationary defending space systems? My buddy's dropped out already. I'm gonna be moving back to Losec. Oh, welcome. Yeah, come on back over to Losec. You have a home in Yvangir with us. We got ships, we got everything, whatever you want, Robo. But yeah, so the frontline systems do kind of end up making like where the main battles happen move around a bit. Same thing with battlefields. You get really large fights at battlefields because you can get LP evenly distributed amongst 30 different parties. And so you'll have really big fights there. You can fit up to battleships into them. Only Navy, Tech 1 and Navy.
Yeah, battleships, yep.
Yeah, so you can't put any Tech 2 stuff in there. It does change the meta a bit, but it also makes for an interesting, fun time in a sort of, I hate to make a comparison, but they sort of remind me of like a maybe like the beginnings to like a Warcraft battleground.
And I would
uh,
say that the systems itself themselves are pretty static. Like OICX has been a frontline
True,
system for over 2 weeks now.
but they but
Negamenon,
but they move, but that's way so. But still, Frozen, like over a few weeks, like it it will change. Like back before this update, I feel like there were systems where there just always was fighting, right?
yep.
But now like the fighting does move, even if it does take weeks. It still
It
moves.
yes, and it does. There is like a movement that is happening. There are some deadlock systems that are kind of, OICX. I think is going to be unless it falls, um, which of course when it does, then the lines move. But EHA OICX is like a good solid, like that's where a lot of clashing is happening in the north. There's a lot of clashing around Negamenon and Monoseekin right now. Um, and this is where the fights are. This is where the small gangs are, and the war zone will change. It will be more dynamic, but even with its dynamic it gets, it's not really that crazy of a change. It's not like every day you log in, there's like a different place that you're gonna have to concentrate on or anything like that. But on levels of weeks and months, yeah, the war zone will dynamically be moving around to a certain degree. So what we're talking about right now is the frontline systems. So these are the
Yeah,
systems that are the most likely to have some action inside of that.
yeah. So these are the current frontline systems. That's why we're going over them.
Yep. And
And
speaking
they're
of which, let's go ahead and move over to Hysteria. So this
and
is
also, I also want to say, just real quick, Robo Merc, we miss your sexy ass. Come on back. Waiting for you. All right.
So Hysteria is at 46.9% contested. The Gallente have a 15% advantage when it comes to plexing inside of that system, so we get more victory points by only 15% at this point for plexing inside of that system. And at only 50% contested, it's definitely going to be hard to continue contesting that, because it will probably fall to a backline system, or sorry, a command operation system pretty soon, because Hazmajala is, as we know, pretty well contested, as we talked about, 92.6% over there, and that's its neighboring system there. So what's the weather like over in Hysteria?
Well, I honestly, I didn't know that there was like a white sun. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So I just wanted to point that out. The skies are clear, and it's the first time I've seen it. Characters 221, corporations 78, alliances 21, ships 89, total kills 152. With the top corporations, Horngary at 21, Federal Defense Union 19, Fleet Pizza Delivery 18, State Protectorate 14, Trinity Industrial Tactical Services Unit 12, Blue Canary 11, Caldari Tactical Group 9, Revenant Defense Corporation 8, Elitist Ops 4, and Wife is Sleeping 4. Sorry, there was a little bit of snuff at the end there. I apologize. Fuck snuff.
Let's take a look at the top alliances here. So at number one, we've got. Can we scroll that down just a little bit?
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by Merc.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Hysteria. Yeah, it does kind of sound like Hesperia.
so we've got Precocious Pizza Time Diplomacy at 18.
Precocious pizzas.
Precocious.
I'm just fucking with you, Frozen. Sorry. You're right.
Percussive.
You got it. You actually got it. You're good.
The Birdhouse at 11. Ishkur Rata Enforcement Directive at 11. The Snuffed Out Fuck You at 5. United Caldari Space Command at 4. Rogue Caldari Union at 4. Tempest Clef at 4. Silent Company at 2. Pandemic Horde at 2. And Galactic Security Council at 2.
Some 2s at the end there.
What do we got for top ships here?
The Oni Osprey Navy issue 14. That's not surprising. That's a good ship. I need to fly it. Anytime I see a ship that is really strong and it gets kills and I'm not flying it, I'm getting killed by it, I need to fly it. I think that's Gwen's obsession. See something that kills better than what she's flying. She's like, I need that. But
yeah, so we've got the Vigilant Fleet issue at 13, the Tristan at 12, Federation Navy Comet at 12, Cursus at 12, Caldari Navy Hookbill at 11, Elgos at 10, Imperial Navy Slicer at 10, Condor at 9, and the Excalibur Navy issue at 9. So less fighting that seems to be going on over there.
Yeah, a little less.
But the same kind of ships that you're seeing out there. The Osprey Navy issue is really good.
It's a beast.
It's a pretty badass beast.
It's a tanky, kitey asshole. That's what it is.
And I'm gonna play around. Hopefully, the Executor gets more popular as well. Because I want our ships to be really popular so they get blown up.
I think you can counter with rails.
Yeah.
Osprey Navy. Yeah. In the chat, Caviar, Liberta, I remember Rata. Yeah, that's Revenant. John Revenant's place. Ishuk Rata. And Robomerc says that he needs practice bad and he's rusty. Well, come on over, man. We're ready to help you practice.
You got to be careful.
I've learned a lot of new tricks since you've been with us last, and up to my murder game. So
all right, let's go ahead and press on here before we get too late. So next system is going to be Negamenon. So Negamenon is located right next to Hazmajala, right next to Sujarento. That is at 68.2% contested right now. It is owned by the Gallente. So we've brought that down quite a bit actually. That was pretty close. Hazmajala though is the one that we need to bring down more. Gallente do have a 49% advantage in Negamenon. And what's the weather like over in Negamenon?
Just clear skies and a lot of people killing each other. Characters 758, corporations 268, alliances 83, ships 150, total kills 942. Horngry, top corporations, Horngry coming in first, 124. Federal Defense Union in second, 93. Fleet Pizza Delivery 92. Wow, that's close. That's close for third there. State Protector at 86. Prioxis Assault Force 38, Caldari Tactical Group 37, the Tuskers 33, a new pirate group that's moved into our area, Frozen. I've had encounters with these guys.
Oh yeah, and they've been around in the past too. They've
yeah, I haven't. This is new. They're new to me. Okay, they're not new to you. Obviously, you're the old salt of Eve. I'm the fresh new. When I find intel, you get everything. Okay,
that's good. That's good.
And Curse Club drop 1 Thrasher 31. I like the name. It's very elaborate. Aderon Robotics at 30 and Blue Canary at 29. I'll just go ahead and head over to the top alliances. What do you think, Frozen?
Sure.
Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy 103, Rogue Caldari Union 41, the Tuskers Co., as we just saw, 33, Aderon Robotics at 30, the Birdhouse 29, Synergy of Steel 26, United Caldari Command 25, Lo Sechnaya Shalupin 21. I'll get better at pronouncing that every time I say it. Local is Primary 20, We Form Volta 19. Haven't seen them in a while. Top ships. We got the Caldari Nagy. Caldari Navy Hookbill coming in at 124. Not surprising at all, because Caldari. Federation Navy Comet 112. Catalyst Navy Issue 84. Federation Cruiser, that's the NPC 74. Federation Destroyer, NPC 71. Federation Frigate, also NPC 66. Imperial Navy Slicer at 55, Federation Battlecruiser NPC, a lot of NPC, 50, Capsules 48, and Obscure Navy issue coming in at the bottom at 44. And I think that's because they're mostly coming out in fleet fights. Like you
Mm.
mostly see the Obscure Navies in a fleet fight. They're
Yep.
not nearly as much of a solo ship.
I have seen
But
some solo with them too. That's
yes, but
really
not
interesting
as
because you can
much
do a
as
web with
a
them.
hook bill or a comet,
Yes,
obviously.
it's easier just to get into the 1v1. And you can see that there's a lot of the NPCs on here, so we know that a lot of fighting is happening inside of those plexes.
Yeah.
So top
You wanna move on?
plex,
So you
if
wanna
you want to look for a fight, it looks like the cruiser actually, so the
Yeah.
mediums are going to be
Agamemnon.
very
Well,
popular.
Agamemnon I've seen has been having more fleet-like stuff with battle. It's been a focus, I should say. So there's more battlefields and more um, cruiser like fleet type organized stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and take a look over at Nissawa, which Nissawa is one that I really want to see fall personally, because this is a
To us.
it would,
You mean Frozen? You mean liberate?
yes,
We're going to liberate.
we're gonna liberate Nissawa so that we can liberate Notoris after that. But it would be nice just to be able to dock in Notoris again. So that's something that I've
Yeah, I haven't
personally
been docking
wishing
there, and I
for.
still have some. I have some small amount of stuff there that it's like I got all the good stuff out because I knew it was coming.
But the
yeah,
day of
it would be
liberation,
nice.
we're gonna throw a huge party when we liberate Notoris, man. That's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be
Notoris.
one of-
We're gonna take Notoris back, and there's gonna be a huge party. There's gonna be fireworks. There's gonna be booze. There's gonna be exotic dancers, and special episodes and streams and lots of killing. Maybe I'll let y'all blow up some big ship of Gwen's or something with fireworks.
But what's the weather like over in Nissawa?
In Nissawa, it's always just right, Frozen. There's always the locals are very welcoming, and it's just a really nice place to be. And it's usually temperate. Characters 272, corporations 133, alliances 47, ships 75, total kills 218. Top corporations: Federal Defense Union at 21, Tribal Liberation Force at 16, Korea Gas Corporation 10, Last Rights 8, Neurotoxin Control 7, Nanocurrency 7, Outcast Only 6, Average Pilots. Joe Bain, where are you? 6, Golden Age Stories 6, Something Wicked This Way Comes 6. Wait, hold on. Outcasts Only 6, Average Pilots 6, Golden Age Stories 6, and then the last one is Something Wicked This Way Comes 6. Hail Satan, if you don't mind me saying. Top alliances: Nissawa Cartel 17, Shadow Cartel 10, Nanofiber Tokens 7, Federation Frontline 6, A Band Apart 6, Abyssal Brick Rollers 6, Goon Swarm Federate. What the fuck are the goons doing there? 5, Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy 5, Rogue Caldari Goon 5, a Pandemic Horde at 5, and the top ships: Fed Navy Comet. I will say that some of those are Gwen's kills because I
Yeah, and
lot of
Frozen
killing
skills. Yep.
a Fed Navy Comet, and who's Frozen? I don't know who that is. A Fed. I meant to say Golden Age kills 35 comets. Thrasher Fleet issues 26. State Frigate 24. State Destroyer 21. Caldari Navy Hook Pill 19. Chatteless Navy issue 16, Osprey Navy issues 13, Capsule 13, Tristan 12, and Algos 11. I will say that the Algos is becoming way less popular than it used to be.
Yeah, it is still really easy to just assign drones and do a plex, but you're gonna be hard pressed to take down any organized fleet with that is just gonna eat you alive.
Yeah. Algoses are slow.
Yeah, it's going to be easier to catch them. But there's still pretty high use within, attritions are very popular. Of course, the comets for solo and the hookbills for solo. Of course, the Osprey out and about. Merc says that he's got 2 of those, so hopefully
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
see
get you
more
some
of those
kills.
out on the
Take a
field.
look. we'll take a look at your fitting and we'll go out with it and see what happens.
All right, let's move on to the next system here. So OICX is
Oi.
one of the very, very important systems up in the north. That is at 75.1% contested. It is bordering with IHA, which is only 6.1% contested. So the Caldari have been keeping up IHA very well, while OICX here has been in danger zone quite a bit, but it is down from what it was, I believe, last week. And has been sitting pretty healthily at 75 and trying to hold that line there. 21% advantage bonus going to the Gallente in OICX right now. So what's the weather like over in OICX?
It's a little cold sometimes. Frozen gets a little lonely, but lately there's been a bit more activity. Characters 426, corporations 146, alliances 55, ships 155, total kills 525. The top corporations, Jerkosaurus Rex 109. I'm sensing a home system here. Sons of Luminaire 61, Last Rites 50, Percussus Resurgio 49, Blue Canary 45, Mercury Arms Inc., Sup Corvus 31, Space Traffic Control 31, State Protectorate 30, Sudden Death 26. Did he say? No, he didn't. No. You know what? I said, jump. 23 top alliances: Sedition 198, The Birdhouse 45, Exodus 36, Black Flag 24, Dock Workers 23, Templus Calcif 18, United Caldari Space Command 16, Lasagna Appreciation Society, we appreciate you because we like your name 10, The Ancients 8, Pandemic Horde 8. Top ships, once again, the Fed Navy Comet. Good stuff. Imperial Navy Slicer 63, Caldari Navy Hookbill 63, Federation Cruiser 62, Excura Navy Issue 58, that's a bit higher. Federation Destroyer 57, Thrasher Fleet Issue 51, Capsule 46, Osprey Navy Issue, there it is again, and the Federation Frigate coming in at 35. And Osprey Navy was 44.
Yeah, lots of good. We're seeing a trend here on pretty much every system that we've been going to. You see that the Federation Navy Comet is there, the Hookbill is there, the Excure is there, likely there, Osprey is there, usually pretty high ranking. We do see that Thrasher Fleet issue now. That's interesting. Yeah. So in the last 7, so these are stats from the last 7 days for these, and I think that's that's pretty telling where faction warfare is right now. It's a very heavy cruiser and down gameplay is all over. Frigate gameplay is all over, which is cool. I like that mix of everything, and it you don't have to be rich to come down and play.
Yeah, it's if there's one pretty large gatekeeping for PvP, it's being able to replace your ships, being able to fly, have enough ships, because PvP you lose ships. That's just what happens, right? And with especially now with the amount of LP that you're earning or the potential thereof, you can pump out Fed Navy Comets, Catalyst Navy Issues, or whatever your faction is, much easier and quicker, and it's making the war zone a much healthier PvP environment.
I think so. I feel that way when I'm out in the war zone, especially with small gangs now more. But let's go ahead and continue on here to Onasikin. So Onasikin is in the southern war zone here, bordering with Nissawa and Pinacasto. It is been in the high percentiles as of late, at 77.7% contested as we speak right now. It has an advantage of 53% going to the Gallente currently. And this is definitely a system of interest for me, because if Onasikin falls, then we can't take Nissawa anymore. We're going to have to fight for Onasikin again. So a
Mhm.
lot of effort I have taken to try and be in this system as well. So I hope that my corporation is on the board here. But let's go ahead and take a what's the weather like over in Onasikin?
Characters 491, corporations 187, alliances 67, ships 134, total kills 452. And I totally forgot to tell you what the weather was like. It's very calm. It's a good vacation spot, Frozen.
Mm.
And so the top corporations, we have the State Protectorate coming in at 27, Hungary at 26, Federal Defense Union 24, Fleet Pizza Delivery 21, Space Oddities Join Us 16, the Batavi 16, Caldari Tactical Group 16, CUM Lance Productions 16, Stay Frosty 15, and United Caldari Navy 14. I guess we just haven't been killing here in the last
Yeah,
7 days. Frozen,
not
I
as much.
apologize. I
But
haven't been. Gwen
that's
hasn't been out this week.
we will
Gwen hasn't been out this week.
it's been a busy week,
Yeah.
in other realms of the universe. So,
Top alliances, however, a band apart 27, United Caldari Space Command 26, Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy 24, the Niswa Cartel 20. That's obviously the Niswa. They're around there. Lasagna Appreciation Society 20, Shadow Cartel 16, Krusty Sock CUM Hawks 16. I know what that says. Do you think you're being cute? The Tuskers Co. at 12, the Network at 11, and Nanofiber Tokens at 8. The top ships, again, the Fed Navy Comet, followed by the Caldari Navy Hookbill. So those 60 and 46, respectively. Federation Destroyer, 44. Catalyst Navy Issue 32. Imperial Navy Slicer 31. Federation Cruiser 27. Federation Frigate 25. Republic Fleet Firetail 24. Excura Navy at 23. And Thrasher Fleet at 22.
awesome. And let's go ahead and move it on over to Anato. Is the next system that we will take a look at. So Anato is controlled by the Gallente, 78.6% contested by the Caldari, so it's getting close to falling. And is definitely a place where you probably will find some good little fights here and there. 47% contest or advantage going to the Gallente. So the Gallente have just really been dominating this advantage system so far that I've been seeing here. And I really do feel that that's one thing that will really help us with pushing systems and holding systems as well. So it is bordering with Ananako, which is at only it's stable. So the Gallente haven't even been trying to really do much. It looks like this has been like a good little playground back here for the Caldari. What's the weather like over in Anato?
Well, it's clear skies and 418 characters, 174 corporations, 67 alliances, 127 ships, and a total of 453 kills. With the top corporations, number 1, Prioxis Assault Force 90, State Protectorate 36. Again, that sounds like a home system for these guys, a PAF. Federal Defense Union at 33, Fleet Pizza Delivery 21, Hungary 20, Caldari Tactical Group 19, Outfit 418 14, Overclocker 13, Somos Eve 12, the Tuskers coming in there, that pirate group 11. Top alliances include the Rogue Caldari Union in first at 93, Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy 20 with 22 in second, United Caldari Space Command 15 in third, Blue Loot Not Included 14, Fuck Snuff at 11, the Tuskers Co. 11, Exodus 10, Los Sechinaya Shalupin 10, Shadow Cartel 9, Top Shelf 8. I still am probably pronouncing that Los Sechinaya Shalupin at 10 incorrectly, but I did it way more confidently that time, I would say. Top ships, Federation Navy Comet once again, and the Caldari Navy Hookbill 52 and 48. Very popular ships. Excura Navy 44 in third place. That's new. That's interesting. Vigilant 43. That's a pirate cruiser. Interesting. Imperial Navy Slicer 40, Federation Cruiser 32, Federation Destroyer 29, Vigil Fleet issue 27, Federation Battlecruiser 25, Catalyst Navy issue all the way down at the bottom at 24. That Vigilance probably having fun in the advanced mediums, I would say.
Yeah, and possibly in the battlefields that maybe spawned
Yeah,
there to a certain
and the
degree in the last
battlefields, of
7 days.
course.
So, and we just got information here from chat that Aranako had flipped yesterday. That's why it is stable. So
Oh,
this
okay, so it
evening.
got taken.
Sorry, not yesterday.
Got
Possibly
taken by the squids.
yesterday for some people, but just last, so not too long ago it had been taken by the squids. Let's go ahead and go over to the Pinacasto is going to be our next system that we're going to take a look at here. It is currently controlled by the Gallente, 22.5% contested by the Caldari. The Gallente hold a 33% advantage inside of the system right now. And what's the weather like over there?
It's a bit dark. It's a bit overcast. It's a little gloomy, but plenty of activity. Frozen characters 553, corporations 209, alliances 73, ships 133, total kills 448. Top corporations: Fleet Pizza Delivery 35. Hey, what's up, guys? United Caldari Navy 22, State Protector 20, Federal Defense Union 18, Space Oddities join us 16, Delta Squadron 16. Space Oddities, also known as Soju. I feel like Frozen likes them less than I do. They did destroy, or took part in destroying, the crack house and the laser house. But I don't know. I don't hold it against them. I think they were just following orders. Frozen. Fuck snuff.
That happened.
Delta Squadron 16, Novus Galentia Arcangeli 14, HRTFU 14, Tribal Liberation Force 13. Oh, Mimitar back here again. Sudden Death 13. Top Alliances Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy at 37. United Caldari Space Command 24. Exodus 21. Sedition 15. I feel like there's some tension between, and this is me being in battlefields, tension between Mimnitar and Sedition, because let's say there was some pseudo AWOC thing going on. Anyways, Revolution 14, our good buddies, the Russians. Revolution. Pandemic Horde 10, We Form Bolta 10, Zagenic Framework 10, Abandoned Part 9, Shadow Cartel 9. Once again, top ships: Fed Navy Comet 105, Caldari Navy Hookbill at 56. And I just want to point out that the Fed Navy Comet for the last several systems has been at the top because it is the superior frigate. Imperial Navy Slicer 47, State Destroyer 26, Federation Destroyer 25, Mollusk Navy issue. I'm not biased at all, by the way. This is not a propaganda station. Algos 23, Confessor 23, Coercer Navy issue 21. That's the first time we've seen Coercer Navy issue on the board at all. Catalyst Navy issue at 21. Back to you, Frozen.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Rakapuspus now.
Oh, he done said fuck snuff.
And
Rakapuspus.
it is 21.7% contested by the Gallente. The Caldari currently own it. The Gallente have an extremely minor advantage of 3%. And what's the weather look like over there? Looks like, where people don't want to PvP is what I'm seeing right now.
Well, I think the home of fuck snuff is all sunshine and rainbows, Frozen. I think that's the way it always
Unicorns
is, right?
and rainbows.
Unicorns, rainbows, they're shitting, fucking. Okay. Characters 81, corporations 47, alliances fuck snuff 18, ships 48, total kills 28. Top corporations: Elitist Ops 4, I'm assuming that's snuff. Prioxis Assault Force 3, probably also snuff. Low Life, obviously snuff 3. Infinity Avengers 3, Ocean 11, not Oceans, but Ocean 11. I was confused there for a second. Also fuck snuff. Ocean Eleven at 2, Theoretical Mass 2, Volta 2, Calibrated Chaos 2, Dirt and Glitter, our buddies over in the MR 2, Red Sky Morning 2, Top Alliances, Fuck Snuff 9, Rogue Caldari Union 3, Critical Effect 2, Localist Primary, Yo, what's up, Amar 2, you slaver bastards. Outsmarted 2, the Amar Militia 2, We Form Volta 2, United Fleet 1, United Nations Space Covenant 1, Empyrean Edict 1. Haven't seen those guys in a while. What's up, Ashtarothi? Top ships, Obscure Navy 6, Imperial Navy Slicer 6, State Destroyer 5, State Battlecruiser 3, Federation Navy Comet 3, Prophecy Navy Issue 2, Cormorant Navy Issue 2, Tempest Fleet Issue 2, Sentinel 2, Vexor Navy Issue also 2, and Fuck Snuff. Back to you, Frozen.
All right, and next thing that we're going to take a look at is Sujirento here. So Sujirento is in the southern section of the war zone, but towards the north of that hemisphere. And we've got Sujirento coming in at 27.1% contested. Caldari currently own it. The Gallente are contesting it. The Gallente have a minor advantage at 16% advantage currently. What's the weather like over there?
It's it's pretty overcast. I'm not gonna lie, but nobody knows how to fly in the rain. Frozen, it's a thing. Characters 668, corporations 266, alliances 86, ships 171, total kills 761. Top corporations: Prioxis Assault Force 158, Lone Wolf Society 67, Federal Defense Union 37, Light Red Unicorns 31, Dead Corporation 29, Horngry 29, Republic Military School 26, Federal Navy Caddy 25, Science and Trade Institute 22, Fear and Loathing in Caldari 22. Makes me want to drop some acid. Top alliances: Rogue Caldari Union 167, Loschnaya Schluten 33, Shadow Cartel 23, The Boys 20, The Tuskers Co 17, Aderon Robotics 14, Exodus 14, Percussive Pizza Time Diplomacy 14, Nanofiber Token 13, Simple Farmers 13, and once again Federation the Federation Navy Comet at the top 87, Caldari Navy Hook Pill second place as usual because it is not as good as a Fed Navy Comet. 76, Cinnabon at 57, Catalyst Navy Issue 44, Imperial Navy Slicer 44, Tristan 39, Vigilant 37. Again, the Vigilant's back there. Interesting. Osprey Navy Issue 36. Maybe the Vigilant is a good counter to the Osprey Navy issue in situations like you can't bring a Vigilant into a battlefield, so it's got to be some. Maybe they're catching them on
the
gates.
Outside.
Or they're catching them on the outside of the gate. Yeah, Vigilance maybe. Yeah, because you can totally rail an Osprey Navy. State Destroyer 35 and State Frigate at 35.
Awesome, and so that is going to round up the deep dive that we're going to do here on the Caldari. Know that there's we didn't have I think that we missed Ernako, but that just fell, and then Avalon, which is at 50.7% contested, owned by the Caldari, being contested by the Gallente, with the Gallente having a 4% advantage there. And it does look like we are going to have to probably, I think, turn this into a two-parter, where next week we're going to have to go over the Mimitar War Zone.
Absolutely. I'll be here for that.
So we will turn this into a two-parter. See us next week to get updates on what's going on over in the Caldari, or the Mimitar and Amar War Zone. Before we go, though, I just wanted to kind of go over. We have I kind of did like a little bit of a dig into the different profits that you can have made for the different things that you can buy inside of our LP store, and I found some interesting things. I don't know how long this will last, but the men's Sterling dress shirt is actually worth like 30 or 300 and some odd million ISK, and it takes a million or 100 million ISK in order to get it, and 100,000 LP in order to get it, which actually is one of the, like, the highest ISK per LP that you can get, and seems kind of easy. However, there isn't very many on the market at all, and it might be a really long sell, or you might not be able to sell it at all. So I'm testing that out actually, and just seeing,
Yeah,
seeing what it's
I
like.
could say from personal experience with clothing, unless it's extremely popular, it's a little bit harder to sell. Like, I was able to make some money off of a couple of things, clothing wise. I think I sold those the men's gala pants for like something. It was stupid. It was like 2.5 billion or something, and it was almost instantaneous. Um, so since this could be technically a little bit more popular or more accessible, I would say, like you said, it's probably going to be a longer
So
sell.
yeah, and so the Moros is one of the easiest ones to sell off, but you're really only getting about 100 ISK per LP if you're just selling the blueprint.
Thousand.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 1,000 ISK per LP for a Moros blueprint, and even less than that because you have to pay taxes on all of the the contract and everything like that if you make it public. Um, it is nice to be, if you have somebody to sell them to, that you can sell it directly to them, save you on some taxes there. But the Mega is probably the Megathron Navy issue is probably one of the most profitable that you can get at about 1,960 ISK per LP, for if you build the whole thing and move it to Jeddah. Where you're building it might bring down some of that ISK ratio. The Dami is at 1,670 ISK. And so the rest of these are all, if you built the ship, you buy the BPC, you build the ship, and you move it to Jeddah to sell. And that includes if you're going off of Jeddah prices for the minerals.
Not enough mineral.
And so, other than that, we've got the Vexer, that's about 1,444 ISK per LP. The Myrmidon at 1,675
That's
ISK.
the Merm's at more than the fucking Dami, bro.
Yes, just per LP. Yes.
Conversion rate we're talking.
Yep. Even the comment is coming in at, so the top earners for you really are the Megathron, the Dami, the Myrmidon, and the Comet. So the Comet's at 1,675 ISK per LP.
I'm gonna use this,
and
I'm gonna start manufacturing this shit, selling it in Jeddah.
Yeah, so it is a pain in the ass to do, though. So I am messing around more with doing that, but it is one of those things where it is a lot harder for you to, move all the minerals, get all of the ships built up, and move.
I think we need some jump freighters.
The Comet, I'm guessing, is going to continue to come down in price because that's an easy one to actually build and move around. But we'll see. I think that this kind of demonstrates, though, that we are still at above the 1,000 ISK per LP, which is 1 million ISK per 1,000 LP, and we get about 26,000 LP for doing a Plex pretty often, which is like 26 million ISK per Plex that you do for 15 minutes to 10 minutes of your time, depending on what you're doing and stuff like that. It's really nice. This is some really good stuff. The Catalyst Navy issue is actually one of the lowest right now at like 1,125 ISK per LP to build it. So
yeah, that's because they're so popular, right?
Yeah,
like
I think that
not there's just flooded. The market's been flooded with them because everybody's using the Desis.
And it's
also
easy to make, easy to transport.
Yeah, we know this because we are personally built so many of them.
Yeah, and so you're still probably, I mean, you're losing out on some here, because it does, sometimes taxes cost you a lot. Like to build a Megathron in Jeddah is like 20 million ISK, so that brings it down to 1,760 ISK per hour, or ISK per LP. Um, there. So that's some interesting stats here for you. There are other things to buy in the store as well that could possibly make you some really good ISK. But these were the quick and easy, dirty ones of like, we've got these blueprints. They're easy to build a lot of this stuff. Go out there and check it on out. This is some good ways of making some ISK. You can sell the Navy or the Moros blueprint though. And, you get 1 million LP and you sell that. It just is so quick and so easy. There's just no time.
Yeah, to get a billion ISK. Like if you have a million LP and 200 million ISK, you can get sell it for I think around like 1.25, between 1.1 and 1.25 billion. So you're making almost 1 billion ISK off of that transaction. It's usually pretty fast if you sell the blueprint in Jeddah on contract.
Yeah. And that's probably a good way to get yourself started on a lot of stuff is, once you start churning in those, then you can mess around with building your own stuff, how much time you want to dedicate to that. But really, it does take away. I've been looking into it more and more, and as I do it, I'm like, it really does cut into my ISK per hour kind of thing. Because like I have to like build the ship and move all the minerals to get it, to be built. Unless I have like that whole thing kind of set up already for me, or I'm
if you have like if you have a mining setup, like it's something we can look into. Frozen, our system's actually pretty safe now for mining because I kill anybody that isn't us, and so like it's mostly I've been actually a quick story, just really quick. I was watching over a mining fleet in Yvangir, and they were moon mining. They had a porpoise and some like retrievers or procurers, whatever. And I was watching the gates in and out, and I saw a tackle ship. I think it was like a malediction come in, and I saw Loki come in, and I was cloaked off of. I had flown in at around 30 kilometers from a safe to this mining fleet, our mining fleet. I did not, unbeknownst to them, they had no idea I was there, but they were blue to me, so I was just watching over them. And I repositioned, orbited a little bit, 10, 15 kilometers or so, and stopped, and I was sitting there. And I see this malediction come in, and I see this Loki come in, and I'm like, oh, something is possibly about to go down. And sure enough, the malediction warps in and tackles the porpoise, and I'm like, oh, something's actually happening here. It's very unusual. I haven't had that happen in a while, but I'm sitting in my Legion, I'm ready with my lasers. 30 kilometers off, I got an optimal for my Scorch at least, right? And I shit you not, the Loki warps in and lands right on top of me and decloaks me. And so yeah, he got 900 plus DPS to the face in lasers. And it was pure luck that he landed right on top of me. He was an arty, and that was most ridiculous thing I've ever seen happen PvP wise, because there's no way. I mean, and when I say on top of me, I mean he decloaked me, so it's less than 2 kilometers. Like
that's so crazy. Yeah, what? Especially since you were moving, and yeah, that's just
and not only that,
amount of luck.
He's sitting there, and he's coming in. He's probably multi-boxing, right, or dual boxing, and he's got the guy tackled. I'm gonna go in, and he's starting to target this guy, and he's like, wait, why am I dying? You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Like it's the reaction time for him to lock me and start shooting him was quite a while, because like that doesn't happen. And it was really funny because the mining fleet was like, oh, a Legion, shit, we're gonna be, wait, what's going on? They were like, okay, you have to answer this, Gwen. did that, like, the mining fleet was like, did that Loki land on top of you? And it was like, yes, it did. And then the Loki in local was like, well, that was luck. And then just left.
Oh, that's so awesome. Howdy, Fu. How's it going? We're just about to wrap it on up here. So we unfortunately didn't have enough time to get to the Mimitar Warzone. We'll definitely talk about that next week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Samson, for joining. We have beautiful mugs, and we're going to be getting more cool things for you to wear and have in our merch shop.
And before we go, I just want to point out that this coming year, pretty big announcement, I would say, Frozen, and I'm going to announce it, without your permission or anything.
Oh.
Federation Frontline is going to be at FanFest next year.
Yes. Yeah, we already have all three of us. So Night Flyer will be there, Samson will be there, Frozen Follow will be there. We're going to be out there having fun.
At FanFest in Iceland, Reykjavik.
Yep. It's going to be a blast.
We'll see you there. We'll do a show. We'll do stuff. And if anybody wants to come and say hi, we'll arrange it.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that. We're also going to be planning on doing something in Madison, Wisconsin, throwing a little bit of a bash in probably May. So
okay.
Definitely something to keep an eye on out for. I'll
be there
publishing more about
even
that.
If I have to drive.
But it'll be like a meet, Eve greet in Madtown, Wisconsin.
The start of the new Madtown meet and greet.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna.
Left.
Yeah. So now this is gonna be a new tradition that we're gonna open up for Federation Frontline Report. We're gonna do like interviews with people and probably go out and have like probably one of our barcades that we have. We have multiple barcades here,
yeah.
So we'll
I'm so down
at some barcades and do some stuff. So I'm gonna get more stuff on that, get more idea of who's all interested. But that'll probably be sometime in
definitely
May,
me.
So. Awesome. And if you're interested in joining up for the war effort, go ahead and put an application into Golden Age Stories in game. We are the Federation Frontline Corporation, or the corporation that's part of the Federation Frontline. Which is just a way for us to have our own cool, badass fucking symbol right now. That's in game. I'm so happy that we got that published. That was so cool.
It is sexy, I will say.
Mm-hmm. And you can always watch us live on Twitch every Sunday at 2300 Eve time. That's 5 p.m. Central Time. And if you miss the show live, you can always watch us or listen to us on our podcast, The Federation Frontline Report. You can find that on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and pretty much any other podcasting platform that's out there.
Soon.
If it has the ability to broadcast video, we do upload our video for our podcast. But if you also just want to check it out on YouTube, you can also get the video straight there. But we are technically a podcast, so you don't have to get the visuals. You just kind of listen to what we're talking about. We try not to do too much that's massively, we'll try and say most of the stuff that's going to be visually on our screen. But Griff419, thank you so much for the follow. Also, check out our website, federationfrontline.com, for more information on our alliance and our podcast and EVE Online. If you have news that you'd like us to talk about on the show, or if you'd like to be a guest, if you have any kind of after-action report that you would like to give to us, or any stories that you'd like us to tell on the news, just send an email over to Frozen Fallout in-game. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great night.
Good night, New Eden.